Well, here we are. Hello. Bonjour, bon jovi, bonjela, bon tempi, bon thingy. How are you? Good to see you. So here we are, folks. We've done something like 40 different alcohol-free beers. And someone suggested that we should perhaps do a top 10 or a top 5 of all of the stuff that we've done so far. So I was thinking more or less the same thing, bizarrely enough. At the time, I thought at some point, we'll get to a figure and I'll go, right, out of all of these beers, these are my favourites. So today, folks, that's where we are. So I've got 5. I haven't got 10. I've got 5, folks, because I can't sit here and drink 10 beers. I probably can't drink 5, to be honest, but we'll give it a go anyway. And I do have some notes, so if there's not many notes, it's just given me, because I have tasted all of these again, and I did write some notes down. So just giving you an idea as to what sort of flavours and hops and malts and things to look out for. And therefore, if you want to give some of these a go, you can choose, the one that you think you might like best. But these are just mine. My top 5. So, Lady Blokes, top 5 favourite alcohol-free beers from number 5 down to, or up to number 1. And so the first one I'm going for, folks, I'm surprised by this one myself, because if you read about this on the Tinternet, it doesn't get massive reviews. It's not overly hyped. But for whatever reason, I liked it, and I think it's because of the sweetness, the hint of caramel that's in the beer. And my number 5, folks, is the Southwold 0.5% Pale Ale from Adnams Brewery. Now, Adnams Brewery may or may not make another appearance in the top 5. We'll just have to wait and see. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pour these out. I haven't washed any of these glasses though, so the pours may be terrible, and I'm not picking any particular glass. I've just got 5 separate glasses, so we'll have to go with what we've got. And I haven't wet them, so we're going. Oh, by the way, these drinks, I am drinking them cold. You will get different flavour. You won't get different flavour. You'll get different profiles. You might be able to pick up different things at different temperatures. So this is a fairly it's a pale ale, isn't it? It's a sort of a darker pale ale. So it's not that pale, is it, really? And this is what I've written down, folks. This has got Chinook in. As you know, I'm not a massive fan of Chinook, so again, I was quite surprised by this. But it's got Cascade, and again, Cascade's one of my favourites. Cascade is good. It's one of the 5 C's, Chinook being the other one. Cascade. Let's not go there. So we've got a gentle caramelly smell on this, with a hint of sort of a floral hint. And what else have I put down here? I put a hint of biscuit, so not on the smell but on the taste. So let's dive in, folks. Let's see if I've chosen correctly. Pinky out. Oh, cracking. I've chosen correctly. It is a little bit bitter, but it's a cracking beer. There's so much flavour in there. There is definitely a biscuit hint there from the malt. Really nice. Cracking beer, that. Slight sweetness, caramel. Yep, that earns its number 5 for me. And again, these are all my choices. You might not think it's for you, but there it is, the Southwold Pale Ale. 0.5%, folks. That gets my number 5. What have I got at number 4? So at number 4, folks, I've gone for something a bit different. The Freedom Lager Beer. 0.0%. The reason I chose the Freedom is because I suspect, like many of you, sometimes I like a lighter beer. I want a lagery thing. Don't want massive hops. I just want something light and refreshing. And this does exactly that. I have got some notes here again, folks, so forgive me while I check my notes. This one I've written down. It's the same company that make Estrella, so if you like Estrella, chances are you might like this. Lemon notes, sweet and light. Obviously it's going to be light, there's no alcohol in there, and it's also lager. So let's have a smell. Yeah, it's very light. Lemon, sort of a lemony smell on that, like you know the washing up liquid, the lemony washing up liquid. It doesn't taste, or certainly doesn't taste like that. It doesn't really smell like that, but the sort of that lemony hint that you get. Cracking. That's a good lager, folks. This gets my number 4 because it's so easy to drink and it's not offensive. It's as close to a lager as you're going to get. You wouldn't know there's no alcohol in there. There's a little bit of bitterness in there, but it's got that sort of slight lemon hint to it as well, which I quite like. So that's the number 4 for me. The Freedom 0.0 lager beer. That's that one. Good here, isn't it? We're doing well, folks. We're doing well. Where are we? We're up to number 3, aren't we? Now, number 3, I had to order this one from my milkman, because my milkman does deliver alcohol-free beer. And I remember I ordered this ages ago to give it a go. And they were doing a special like 3 for £4 or something. And I tried it and I was pleasantly surprised. So this one is the Pine Trail Pale Ale alcohol-free beer from the Big Drop Brewing Company. Now we have done a few of their beers on this channel, so check them out if you want to see what they're like. This one came out quite high, as I recall. Came out all right. Nice colour, pale ale colour. That's what pale ale should look like. The original one that we poured earlier, number 5, is that colour. This to me is pale ale colour. So let's have a little bit of a look at my notes, see what I put down for this. The hops in this particular beer, folks, I've got Magnum, Mosaic and Amarillo. Again, Mosaic's fantastic. It's so hoppy and citrusy and lovely. Yeah, and on the smell, it's quite dry. You get quite a dry smell on that. I've put citrusy / lime, so let's see if that remains true. Oh yeah, that's cracking. Yeah, quite dry, but it's really interesting. It's really hoppy. It's quite zesty. Definitely a hit more lime than say lemon or you know, sometimes you get a little bit, a hint of other citrusy fruits, like mango, stuff like that. But that is really hoppy, very dry. Some people might think that's too dry for them, but for me, it's all right. It's good. It's cracking. I'm doing well here, aren't I? I'm enjoying all of these so far. Fortunately, none of them have got any alcohol in, so I'm not going to get too drunk. So that's good, folks, isn't it? That's good. Now, number 2. I think you're going to be surprised this is number 2. I think all of you were expecting me to put it at number 1. But it's a close run thing between number 2 and number 1, folks. Can you guess what I have chosen? It's in a bottle. I'll narrow it down. It's in a bottle. Here it is. It's the Ghost Ship. Adnams Ghost Ship. 0.5%, folks. This is a cracking beer. This is one of my favourites. Of course it's one of my favourites. What am I talking about? And as I've mentioned earlier, folks, all of these glasses have been provided by my friend across the pond, David. So again, thanks to David. Obviously, I'm not drinking these beers in the correct glasses, but I'm using the glasses, David. So that's good, isn't it? Look at that cracking colour. Lovely colour, dark but completely clear. And again, this is I've got more information on this. I've written more on this than I have any of the others because again, it's one of my favourites. I've got a pale ale malt, rye crystal and Cara malt. That I know is in here because if you remember, I brewed a version of the original Ghost Ship myself ages ago, and was able to find out about 90% of what's in this beer and produce a clone of it pretty close, or as damn close as you could ever get. There's Citra in this. This is the predominant hop, but there are apparently other American hop varieties in here. Adnams are not telling us what they are though, so you'd have to guess. Relatively small amounts of those hops, I suspect, because the main flavour out of this is the Citra. So yeah, it's that cat litter tray, folks. Cat litter tray is what I'm getting. People go, why it can't smell like cat litter tray? Don't believe me, give it a go. Cheers to you, God bless you. Oh, that's as good as I remember. So good. I mean, it's so complicated, but it just works. You've got the sweetness in there. You've got the Cara malt, the rye malt. You can also pick out each individual ingredient. You can pick out, which is amazing, isn't it? When you think about how much is in here, it's a fantastic beer, folks, and it does get my number 2. But again, it's very close to my number 1. You can get this in whatever supermarket you go to, honestly. Some supermarkets, they have the low alcohol beers alongside the full alcohol beers, and others they split them out. So it depends what supermarket you go to. But do check that out if you haven't already. So what's at number 1? My final glass, folks. Oh, that's dirty, isn't it? I love doing it. I've got a bit of a dirty glass, but never mind. It's just come out of the dishwasher, so it doesn't matter. I'm not going to die of... There's a clue. It's in a can, folks. And I think it's the very first beer I did a video on. It's the Infinite Session. IPA. The India Pale Ale, the alcohol-free Infinite Session IPA. This beer, well, it tops all the others. It just about tops the Ghost Ship. Let's give it a go. Going to get a terrible head on this because of this glass, but it's fine. We don't worry about that too much. It'll go down in a second. I probably am going to drink all of this. I'm not going to drink all of those because that would be mental. You know what I'm like. 10 minutes and I need to go to the lavatory. So, there's the colour, folks. It's a little bit cloudy, but it's an IPA, so that's all right. It doesn't matter. And obviously there's a little bit of a head on there, but I did that with my ridiculous pouring and the fact it's a bit of a dirty glass. But some notes I've got here. Citra, tick. Amarillo, tick. Centennial, tick. Those are my 3 favourite hops. Citra, Amarillo, Centennial. Well, maybe Cascade goes in there as well. So maybe my 4 favourite hops. Amarillo goes really well with citrusy hops. So there it is, folks. On the smell, really sort of a little bit grassy, which I suspect is coming from the Centennial. But the real test is in the taste. Wow. That's cracking. That really is. And the best thing about it is, even though it's an IPA, it's not really bitter. Some IPAs can be massively bitter, and that really puts me off. So it has the flavour, but it's also got this bitterness in there as well. And I'm not a massive fan of the bitterness, but this manages somehow to reach the heights of Roy's favourite low alcohol beer to date. By the way, that could change. We've got more alcohol-free beers to taste over the course of the next few months, however long I do this for. Weeks, days, not at all. I don't know. I might not do any more ever again. Who can say? But yeah, this is good. The only thing negative point on this is the smell doesn't match the taste. The smell, you go, oh, I don't know about that. That might be a little bit grassy for me, but the taste is completely different to the smell. It's very odd, folks. But I like that. I like that because it's just a little bit different. So, if Infinite Session want to send me a crate full of beer for making this my number one, then they are welcome to. I suspect they won't though. This is great, folks. We've already done a review on it. You already know what it's like. I've already explained to you the hops that go into it. You can see more from the first video we ever did on this channel for the low alcohol beers. It's just weird that the first one I did is my favourite. It's for an IPA, it's really easy to drink, and IPAs can sometimes be a struggle. You know, sometimes you struggle to get through them. But this works. Really, really nice. So, forgive me while the screen just cleared there for some reason, and I don't know why. That's it. Those are my top 5. So let's go through them again briefly. So at number 5, I put the Southwold 0.5% Pale Ale from Adnams Brewery. Amazing brewery. Honestly, you'll find something you like from Adnams. You won't necessarily like all of their beers, but you'll find something. Honestly, they do some cracking stuff, particularly the Ghost Ship. Next along, I should be more organised than this, shouldn't I? Is the Freedom Lager. You were just waiting for me to do that, weren't you? Didn't disappoint you then, did I? At number 3 is the Pine Trail Pale Ale by the Big Drop Brewing Company. Really nice. Definitely worth a place in the top 3. And I have to say, the top 3 beers are so close. There's only, like a gnat's thingy separating them. Number 2 is the Ghost Ship. Of course, it has to be the Ghost Ship, doesn't it, folks? It's amazing beer. Try it. You'll love it, I'm sure. And of course, at the top, just at the top, okay? Only just is the Infinite Session India Pale Ale. So that's it, folks. Those are my top 5 favourite non-alcohol beers. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you clicking all the buttons. Put your comments below. Try some of these out. If you do get a chance to try them out, let me know down below. Put some comments in and let me know what you think about some of these beers. Try them all out, and then you tell me what you think is the best out of these 5 beers. And some of these beers you may be able to get full alcohol versions for, like the Ghost Ship, of course. Ding. The Southwold Pale Ale, probably not. I think that used to start out many moons ago as around about a 2.7% beer, and then they put it down to a 0.5. But you can get similar styles from Adnams Brewery for that, or any other brewery for that matter, for that style and that type of beer. And of course, we've got a lager in there. We've got it's lovely. The Cerveza beer, which is just beer. The lager beer, is refreshing, light, and just exactly what you need on a hot summer's day. And again, this is good stuff. So I've got to figure out whether I'm going to drink all of these beers, folks. And just to prove to you that I still have them here, look, there we go. There's those 2. I don't know what's which now, though. So, or which is what I meant to say. That one looks very similar in colour to that one, doesn't it? Oh, it's a little bit darker. That one's the Ghost Ship, because I know that. Cat litter. Is it? I don't know. Doesn't matter, does it? I'm drinking them. But this is decent. That's all for me. That's all I've got to say. I've run out of words, folks. That's unlike me, isn't it? So thanks for watching. Click all the buttons, and who knows, maybe I'll see you on the next one. Ta-da.